Ladies and gents, welcome to this game in Wilson, North Carolina. Today we have an under-17s game between Sawyer and SC Del Sol. Looking forward to this one. Del Sol will get us kicked off. And they do just that. And we're off. SC Del Sol coming from Phoenix, Arizona today, playing against Sawyer from Texas. Cold conditions today in North Carolina. Forecast for rain later today. For now, the weather is staying dry. And he's through on goal number 7, but the referee has flagged for it offside. First real chance of the half there, but just flagged offside by the assistant referee. Number 7, Todd Fuller there, looking like he was in on goal, but the referee just flagging for offside. Good knock on by the Sol. Number 11 will try and get on the end of this and gives it to 4. 11 on the left flank here, crosses it in, and the keeper comes out to collect. Good start here for entertainment in this game. Take it down the right flank here, the Sol, and does get it to the centre forward. Number 12 will take it outside the box, and looks like it might go out for a corner. He might have to shield it away. Number 8 from Sawyer does a good job of just getting that one out for a throw in there. Good entertaining start here in North Carolina. And he does put a cross in number 12, but centre back almost kind of got that under his foot, but in the end he does manage to get that clear. A little bit of pressure on the Sawyer defence. Rain is starting to come down a little bit more heavy here in North Carolina. We'll see if the pitch will hold up here. 23 puts a long throw in there and does manage to find a teammate. Sawyer do get it clear for the meantime, but Del Sol looks to attack again here. That is a shot, but it is blocked by Sawyer as they get it clear and up to the forward man, number 7. And he'll chase this now on the left wing. It's a good slide tackle from Del Sol, but gives it straight back to Sawyer as they can progress here on the counter. And they still have the ball, but the referee does call a foul on the Sawyer player there. Del Sol did play yesterday and they drew 1-1 with Arlington. They're coached today by Alan Lamb, and he is from Grimsby, England, does have a little bit of experience back home in England and did work with Grimsby Town in the academy there and was the head of youth for a season. Keeper just gets that clear over the halfway line here, and it's a 50-50 ball, and Del Sol do progress with it. And they have a few options up front, but that's good defending by Sawyer, and now Sawyer can counter-attack, and he tries to put that through to his forward man, but that is intercepted. End-to-end stuff here, guys. No real team having most of the possession here. Very tight game to start out with. And they do progress down the left wing here, and they have a few options in the box. He'll want some more yellow shirts in there now. But that is good defending once again from Sawyer. rain is starting to come down a little bit more heavy now as FC De Sole come forward, and they'll put it to this right wing man where there's a little bit of space for him to run into, and he tries to take it around the left back from Sawyer, but the Sawyer defender stayed strong there. Does get a cross in, but no real De Sole player inside the box there looking for that. There's another foul given by the ref on De Sole there, and Sawyer will put this one forward, and looked like number 10 was going to get on the end of that, but went through to the De Sole defence there. A lot of balls coming forward into that forward man for both teams here. And Sawyer will try and come forward now, and there's a nice 1-2 there between 3 and 17. And now maybe De Sole can progress with 3 men up top, but that is a foul by number 18. They look to take that one quick now, and they're getting a few yellow shirts there in the box. Well cleared though by Sawyer. Now maybe Sawyer can counter-attack. He'll be looking for more blue shirts to help him out now. Good defending though by number 15. It's that type of game right now. It's going to end, and both teams looking for a real good opportunity to start out the half. Number 12 now down the right wing, and he does well to beat his defender. And he's got a few options now, and was thinking about taking a shot there, but he went across goal and couldn't find one of his teammates. But they go again, and they do pass well around the box. As soon as I say that, they give the ball away, and maybe Sawyer can come down the left flank and attack here. And there's a heavy challenge, and the referee does give a foul. Number 21 puts that into the box, but it will find its way to the keeper, but best he can do is punch it out. Number 20 will have a shot here, and that does go quite wide in the end, but that's a good opportunity there for Sawyer. Both teams having half chances here early in the first half. In the end, that comes to number 12, the De Sole player, and he takes on a couple of, but that's good defending in the end by Sawyer. Best they can do, though, is clear it out to the right back. Some good passing by De Sole here as they look to keep possession now. They do play it out to that centre back to try and switch the play a little bit now, and not the best ball into the middle, but De Sole do manage to get the ball back, but Sawyer coming out and he's onside, but the referee took a while to put his flag up there, but in the end he was just offside. That's the second time number 7's been flagged for offside, Todd Fuller, but he does look dangerous up there, and Sawyer will be hoping to get that ball to him more often now. Hopefully he can stay onside for the Sawyer bench here. They've got a good chance here as 17 makes a nice interception as he comes down the left wing. Looks for his teammate, but that's a good interception by the centre back for Sawyer. 17, Diego Serra making a good interception there and taking it up the left wing. Trying to find his teammate, Todd Fuller, but couldn't quite get that ball past the centre back. Sol with the throw in now. The referee waves that for a throw in for Del Sol, to the frustration of the Solar bench. Del Sol will pick that loose ball up and try and switch it to the other flank, and they do just that, as a left back will look for his options here and finds a teammate down the left wing. Puts that ball into the box now, and it's a good ball, but the Sol player couldn't quite get on the end of it. There was two players in the box. Some good width here from both teams, looking to get crosses in early on in the first half. "11 minutes into play now here in North Carolina. There's a bunch of players going up for that ball there, and number 3 makes a good ball over the top, but it will come out to the keeper. He might have to come out his box, and he does, under a little bit of pressure to Sol from Solar offense, but they do manage to do well there to find the left back, and he'll take it up the pitch now. And that's a good ball with number 11, and he does have a man on the right wing, and he'll come over the top and look to maybe take a shot here, but he goes back, and in the end that was the right play, but fell slightly behind the number 11 from Del Sol. It was a good opportunity though, and they'll be looking to make more opportunities. Alvarez, number 11, with the shot that just went wide there at the end, but good play overall from Del Sol, using the width of the pitch from left to right. De Sol will put that ball over the top, and Diego would try and get on the end of that, but a little bit too heavy for him there. They'll go up for this challenge, and he does find it a sole player, and there's a few yellow shirts around the ball here. Number 12 does well to be this man, and he does lay it off. And they'll look to go wide again. But the Sol now maybe are able, Solar are maybe able to counter-attack here, and it does fall to number 7, Diego. Now maybe they can create an opportunity of their own, as he does put the cross in, but he'll be disappointed not to test the keeper or test the defender there, and as he puts that ball out of play for a goal kick. Solo managed by Grant Sawyer today, and they'll be looking to put a good performance in, as a lot of 50-50 challenges go on in midfield. A little bit of head tennis going on there, as Solo just decides to get that ball clear, and the keeper will collect that once again. Keeper will look to find one of his teammates here on the left wing, and in the end finds a Solo player, but Solo do give it away, and the Sol have possession once again. Sawyer do well there to intercept. But there is some pressure on the keeper as he has to clear. Sawyer do well to go up for that ball and challenge and get that ball back. And they made a good ball down the right wing, but the assistant referee has flags offside for once again. Sawyer have created some good opportunities here, but they'll be hoping their forwards can stay onside. That's 3 offsides now in the first 15 minutes or so here. And Sawyer has a little bit of space now with a quick throw in, and number 17 will take it, but he can't find a teammate. That's a good interception by number 16, Drew Gibbons. He's had a great game. He's made a few top interceptions, and here he is once again. Lays it off to his teammate. And that's a good ball by number 11. See if he can get on the end of it here. And in the end, the centre back does well. They got a bit of space now, Drew Gibbons here, and he looks to spread that ball out, and it's a great ball. Number 18 will get on the end of this. He's got a little bit of space to cross it into, but can't beat that first man at the post. Now maybe Sawyer can counter with the ball forward, but the centre back does well there. Sawyer progress down the left wing here. And they put a good ball in, but that's good defending in the end by the Del Sol centre back. Now there's a corner ball, an opportunity for Sawyer here to maybe get the lead in the first half.
Watch the goalie's throw. Hey, if the goalkeeper gets it, watch the release. Hey, the throw's gonna come here. Hey, use your hand.
Now it's whipped in, and it does come down, and it is a goal. Great goal by number 3, and he just kind of swiveled round, had his back to goal, but turned round and put that in the bottom left corner there. Sawyer are very happy to get that 1-goal lead now. Goal was scored by Alexander Wing as he put that one away in the bottom left corner. And De Sol get us away again, and they'll be looking to bounce back from that goal there. Sawyer look to clear down the left flank. There is a coming together there, and the referee does give a foul in De Sol's direction. All of a sudden, Sawyer find themselves up 1-0 from that corner. Was a good cross by the Sawyer player. Kind of just hung there in the middle of the box looking for someone to take the chance. And Alexander Wing done a great skill there by having his back to goal and just simply putting that ball in the corner past the keeper. We'll see if De Sol can bounce back here now, and he does put that through ball in. Captain for Sawyer has played pretty well to start out the first half, and he does clear again, but De Sol come again. And there is a nice 1-2 there, and does manage to come in the box, and they're looking for a penalty, but the referee waves his arms and says no penalty. Maybe De Sol can apply some pressure to the Sawyer defense here. They look to spread it down the other wing. Maybe Sawyer can counter here with 2-on-2. He has to beat his man though, and in the end some more yellow shirts get back, and he does find a teammate, But once again, Diego finds himself offside.
Diego, we can't waste these chances. You've got to know where the line is.
That's the third time now that he's been flagged offside, and could have been a really good opportunity there for Sawyer to go 2-0 up. But just a couple of yards offside, Diego found himself. That is a danger though for Sawyer as they try and pressure Sawyer for a goal. They can get caught on a counter-attack, and Sawyer will be looking to maybe threaten that part of the game there. It's a big challenge there by two Sawyer defenders. Great first half here in the 20th minute, and Sawyer find themselves up 1-0. And Sawyer will get the ball on the floor and switch it out to the right flank. Couldn't find a teammate though, and maybe Diego can get on the end of it. Sawyer recover possession and I'll get a throw in now. And they go short of the throw in, looking for a little bit 1-2. Try and find the forward, and the number 4 does a good job of shielding the defender, but there are a lot of Sawyer defenders around that ball. When it does get in the final third, they do a good job of intimidating the Sawyer strikers so far in this first half. It's a good piece of skill there by Diego, and he looked for a teammate. Doesn't quite find him and runs through to the keeper. Sawyer will look to go again, and the keeper will just collect as he feels the pressure from the number 7, Diego from Sawyer. The keeper will go long here with his kick, and it is a good kick. But Sawyer managed to clear up nicely, and that's a good layoff by Diego. As Sawyer looks to go again, but once again, a lot of yellow shirts around that ball. And there is a good side tackle there by number 20 from Sawyer. Got a bit of space here to Sawyer, but not the best ball from number 16. Diego managed to stay onside that time. There was a lot of arms went up from the Sawyer defenders, but the assistant referee kept his flag down. Now Sawyer having some nice players. He looks for a teammate on the right flank. Not many blue shirts around the ball in the final third right now. There's a lot of end-to-end stuff as both teams try and find that final culling pass. And the Sawyer player was fouled there, number 11. That's a good pass out to left wing by number 4, as number 21 will look to cross. And in the end, it wasn't the best ball, but number 11 looked like he was going to create an opportunity there for himself, but his touch let him down a little bit, and Diego will try and take this on the left wing as he finds a teammate in the centre. And that's a good layoff once again by Sawyer as they come forward and look for a teammate. But once again, that final ball just missing, but they do get the rebound back now, and there is a little bit of a coming together there as the referee was going to flag for offside anyway. And number 12 will maybe get on the end of this, but 21 from Sawyer, Cade York, will come across and put that out for a throw-in. Good end-to-end stuff here in the first half in North Carolina. Sawyer do find themselves up 1-0 from a corner kick goal. And we'll see what the Sawyer's reply will be in this first half. Free kick in Solo's direction, no, and that spell of pressure will change over for the meantime. There's only one player went up for that, and he does put it out for a throw in the right back. The Solo look to progress up the field now. And he puts it down the wing to Diego, number 7. And Solo will collect that ball and look for that through ball, but that does happen sometimes. When they do get forward, they try and make that cutting edge ball, and to be fair to the Sol, they have defended those balls well, with the exception of the corner. And he does make progress down there, but once again there is an offside called, this time under the Sol forward. And the Solo player will look to pump this one as far as he can, and he puts it high and long, and there is a challenge up in the air, and Solo do get the ball down and manage to put it through down the right wing, but once again good defending by that left back. Solo will look to go along with this throw in here down the right wing, but their Sol will look to counter-attack maybe. That's a great interception by number 8. And Diego will collect this ball again. There's a clash of heads between 2 Solo players there, but they look like they're going to be okay, as the Sol will intercept that pass once again. And unfortunately for the right back at the Sol, that ball just goes out for a throw-in off his touch. And the referee will have some words with number 7 from Solo, Diego, as they enter a light discussion about a previous decision the referee made. Solo will make a substitution here, and number 5, Sonny Mathis, will come on. As number 7, Diego, does come off. He's been heavily involved, and the coach is looking to maybe switch things up a little bit. And the ball does come in long from the throw-in, as there is a few challenges up in the air, and the Sol do manage to get it clear for the meantime, but Solo will come in back again as they pump that ball back into the box, and it does find a Solo player, and he takes it round the player, and he didn't strike it as well as he thought, but the keeper did go down a little bit early. In the end, though, he did manage to get his foot on the ball and just get that ball away from his box there. In the end, it was a good save, and good opportunity there for Solo to go 2-0 up, maybe. Number 3, Alexander Wing, who did score the first goal, had an opportunity there, one-on-one with the keeper, did beat that defender, and he would have hoped to have made it 2 for himself today. As the Sol come out of that spell of pressure now and maybe can form an attack of their own. The keeper does kick it long, and there will be a challenge for it. And Sawyer, number 20, does well to collect that ball. And Sawyer will go again here maybe, but Desal do well to intercept. And number 20 once again does well to intercept that ball. Todd Fuller having a very good game to start out. Been very heavily involved with making last-ditch tackles in the midfield. Now it's Desal's turn to maybe make a double substitution here. In the 30th minute now. And Sawyer do find themselves one goal up on Desal. They have another opportunity here to pump the ball in the box from the halfway line from a free kick. And it is a good ball in the end. It does go back post. And in the end, it did look like it might have gone out for a corner, but the referee has given a goal kick there. Good defending though by Desal at the back post. Sawyer coach not too happy about that decision given as a goal kick.
Let's go, boys.
It's a good header by Sawyer, and you have to give them credit today. There's been a lot of balls up in the air, and most of the time a Sawyer player has come under that ball and made it his. As the Desal will switch it out to the right flank now and look for an opportunity of their own. And the keeper did give it a shout, but in the end, the captain from Sawyer elects to play safe and put that ball out to scuff out any danger that that play may have had. And this Desal have a bit of space here, but he probably had more time than he thought he did and looked rushed there with that touch and puts that ball out for a throw-in. Sawyer will go again down this left-hand side. Desal will put it out for a throw-in once again. And they'll try and go long with this throw-in, but in the end, it doesn't beat the first man. And the rain is starting to come down pretty heavy here in Wilson, North Carolina. In the end, that throw looked like it didn't even come in the pitch. Obviously pretty hard to get a good grip on a ball in these conditions today. It's a good header again by number 20, Todd Fuller. He is a very good player in the air and has won a lot of challenges in the first half today. Referees awarded a Sawyer throw there. There is a challenge on the left wing there. To referee appoints Sawyer a throw in, and they'll try and go long here. They do have number 8, Garrett DeLong, who does have the ability to go long in that throw ball situation. Maybe they can come up with an opportunity from this throw in. And he does go long, and it is a good throw in. He does find a teammate who nods it on back post, and that ball does come down. And similar to the first goal, the ball did come down nicely for a Sawyer player, and he just snatched that chance, and in the end, it went straight at the keeper. Good play though by Sawyer, and they are really a threat in the air today. And now the Soul will take it past the halfway line as number 11 does a good job of finding 4 as he comes down the right wing and the defender slips and is able to cross it in here and does find a teammate, but it does come behind him as they'll try and cross in again, but 2 Sawyer defenders do well to block that cross from coming in. Good opportunity though for the Soul to equalise, and they'll come again down this right wing. But good interception by number 29 as he sends it down the left wing, and maybe number 5 can get into this. The keeper does a good job though of coming out of his goal when it's necessary and does clear that out for a throw-in. This is a pretty physical game, ladies and gents, as the rain is coming down pretty heavy this morning in North Carolina. Number 15 finds himself with a bit of space. He tries to put that ball over top, and it was a good ball, but the keeper has done well today of collecting those balls over the top. He's been very active on his line and comes out to collect that one. The Sawyer are able to clear that pressure from Sawyer, and maybe they can come up the field themselves. They do have a few options here now as number 11 will take it into space and look for the through ball, but once again number 21 Cade York manages to clear as the referee does give a foul on the Soul, and that will break up the play. And Sawyer now will be making 2 substitutions. Zach Siebert will be coming on. Number 14, Dario Martinez will also be making an appearance today. 37th minute now, coming into the 38th in the first half here in Wilson, North Carolina. Sawyer find themselves up 1-0. As they look to go long with this free kick, and he does have a good free kick from that range. And the keeper does come to collect, but it goes through his hands. And in the end, one of the Sawyer players, number 33, Brian Ballard, found himself an open goal. Did have 2 Sawyer defenders inside the goal. Maybe that put him off, but he'll be very disappointed not to make more of that chance. And the goalkeeper from Del Sol will be counting his lucky stars after letting that one slip through his hands. Oscar Esparza will be disappointed not to go up and collect that ball, but that is a dangerous free kick that Sawyer do put into the box, and in the end, they did get a good chance from that and will be disappointed not to go 2 up from there. And in the end, that deflects nicely for number 4, but once again, number 20, Todd Fuller comes across and will clear now down the right wing. And in the end, he puts a good ball there for number 33, Brian Ballard, who just had that opportunity. And he will try and get that ball from the centre back. And he does well to get a Sawyer throw-in up the right-hand side of the field. And maybe they'll go along again and create another opportunity from the throw-in. Along with his free kick, and he does have a good free kick from that range. And
The keeper does come to collect, but it goes through his hands.
Do manage,
and in the end,
to head that one away, and we'll get it clear. Range. Solo will collect. The keeper
does come to collect, but it goes through his hands.
The Soul in their own
and in
half.
the end, one of the Solar
Good
players,
by
number
the right
33,
look to come forward down
Brian.
the right wing. Number 11 will collect that and lay it off to number 8, who has some space now to put that ball through the left wing. But in the end, number 8 comes across to clear, but he can only clear as far as the left back as he looks across that in the box, looking for a teammate, and it does come to him, and he does manage to put that past the keeper. Really from a nothing ball, and the ball came down to him, and he found himself one-on-one with the keeper, number 21, Luke Lawrence, and he done ever so well to put that past the keeper in the bottom right corner. What a game we have on our hands here, as the score is now 1-1 just at the end of the first half. And Solo will get us underway again, as the game is now tied, and 2 goals that came from a long ball in the box. Fell nicely for players, but you've got to give credit to them, as they did put the ball past the keeper in that bottom corner, and we do find ourselves 1-1 now here in North Carolina as the rain comes down pretty heavily, and that might find a Solar player over the top, and he does manage to bring it out to the left wing and finds a player. And number 2 now will look to put the ball in, and he does that, and keeper this time collects that ball. Just under 3 minutes left of normal time in this first half. The referee can add additional time if needed, so it does go by the referee's whistle here. And both teams will be looking maybe to create one last opportunity in this first half to go in at half-time with the lead, as the referee does give a foul away to De Sol. The coach is asking them to hurry up a little bit as that ball comes up to number 8, and he looks to take a shot. He maybe took a little bit too long there and gave the Solar player a chance to block that shot, which he did. But De Sol will come again down this right wing. And there is a foul on the Solar player, and the number 10 from Solar will probably get a yellow card here. Anthony Jimenez looks like he will. This is a good opportunity here for the Soul, as the clock ticks away towards the 45th minute. And maybe they can grab themselves a goal to go in at the half with the lead. And Drew Gibbons will be taking this free kick, and he's got a few options here in terms of maybe taking a shot or crossing it in to find one of his teammates. Let's see what he does here. Looks like he will be crossing this ball in at the back post, and he does put that ball in at the back post, but in the end he never quite caught it as he wishes. That ball does go a little bit too high and wide for a goal kick. 20 seconds left here of normal time. as the referee does add additional time. I couldn't quite get what he said there, but my guess would be a couple of minutes. As the clock does reach 45, maybe the Soul can come up with last opportunity here deep in the final third of Solar. Solar do a good job there though of getting that ball back and getting a throw in off there. The referee takes a look at his watch. The rain does come down more and more heavy. The referee takes another look at his watch. And the ball does come out for another throw in. Assistant referee did flag for the Soul throw-in. And the referee does call for half-time. And we go into break 1-1. Second half coming up shortly. Apologies for that, ladies and gents. We do have the sound back on now. There have been a couple of opportunities here early in the second half for Sawyer. There was one flagged for offside, but Sawyer have put a lot of pressure on the Seoul defence early on here, and they look more likely to take the lead. The Seoul will come forward here with a couple of options, but once again, Sawyer does a great job of just getting those 50-50 balls, and this ball will come out to Diogo from Sawyer, but the left back from the Seoul does a good job. And there will be a Sawyer throw-in. Just entering the 52nd minute here in North Carolina, as that rain does come down pretty heavy. Be interesting to see how this grass field copes with this amount of rain today. The keeper does go along with that kick, and once again Sawyer have won most of those aerial battles today, and that's a good ball onto Diogo from Sawyer, and he puts that ball in, and it looked like it was going to fall for number 3, but in the end the Seoul managed to clear for the meantime. Sawyer will come again as that ball is put in, and it is a nice ball, but just ahead of number 3 who couldn't get on the end of it. And the keeper throws the ball down the right wing, looking for a counter-attack here from Seoul, but good defending from Sawyer once again. And they'll look to come forward down this right wing. Can't quite get it to Diogo on the right wing. They do in the end now, and they'll try and keep possession here in the final third and look for an opportunity. Number 3 might get on the end of this and create an opportunity for himself, but he is snuffed out by 2 Seoul defenders. Sawyer will go again with the throw-in as number 3 lays it off nicely to 15. And number 10 has a chance to shoot here, but it is a good block from the centre back as he lays it off to his right back, and Seoul will come down this right wing now. And they do get a layoff, and they have a couple of options up here now, Seoul. But in the end, it is a wasted opportunity as Sawyer has some space in the midfield now to progress with an attack. And they do come down this right wing with Diogo, number 7, and he will look to take on his man here, and he comes in on the inside looking to take a shot. It's a good slide tackle by Seoul, but it does come nicely to number 17 from Sawyer, and he did find himself with a shot at goal there, but maybe he didn't strike it as nicely as he would have hoped. And in the end, it is a nice save and simple save for the Seoul keeper. 1-1 it remains here in the 54th minute. And now the Sawyer midfield loses the ball, and Seoul puts that ball over the top, but it is pretty easy for the Sawyer defence to deal with. And they do have some space now for the right back to come down this wing, and he will take it up past the halfway line and look for someone to get on the end of this ball. Does rebound to a Sawyer player. There is a lot of balls in the air, just looking for either team to take down the ball, as both teams are looking a little bit stretched, as it is end-to-end game here. But Seoul now taking it up the left wing. Number 15 manages to come out with the ball in that challenge, and he comes down the left wing, comes on the inside, cuts in, and he did have a good spell of play there, and it looked like he was going to beat a couple of Sawyer defenders, but in the end, he elected to pass to his teammate and couldn't quite find him. And the Sawyer coach discussing with the referee, not happy about something going on today. There is a substitution here for Sawyer as number 11 comes on for 17. And that will be a Sawyer throw-in. And they flick it on, looking for that aerial challenge. Obviously a huge strength of Sawyer today in the air, winning most of those challenges. And there's another one. As they do get the ball down nicely, and number 10 can take it into space, and he'll pass it to his left wing, number 11. As the number 11 looks to come inside and crosses it down the right wing, and Diego will collect and maybe look to be this man, and he does that. And he has an opportunity here to maybe cross this ball in and find a teammate. Does the right thing, goes to the right back, who puts the cross in, falls to number 10, who managed to take a nice touch, but maybe the ball kind of got stuck under his feet a little bit. Snatch that shot and couldn't quite hit the target there as it goes wide. Sawyer definitely putting pressure on the Seoul defense to start out the second half though. 57th minute here in North Carolina, and we still remain 1-1. As Sawyer come forward again, but surrounded by 3 or 4 the Seoul players as they look to clear that out for a throw-in. Tough conditions here in North Carolina. It's really going to be a battle to see who can maybe get a victory here today. As the Seoul now has space to bring it forward in the midfield and looks for a ball over the top to find his teammate number 12, but number 21, who's had such a good game dealing with those long balls over the top, also has a mean free kick from distance, by the way. Has had a great game today, the captain for Sawyer.
Top behind you, drop off, drop.
And now the Seoul can maybe put this ball in the box, and he does find number 11, does go over his head, but he manages to retrieve the ball, and 18 will put this ball in the box, and it does go to the Seoul player, but well defended by Sawyer. And once again, number 8, that's 2 headers in a row now that he's cleared. You know, you think maybe the Seoul would want to get the ball down a little bit more, as they're not really having the best success in the air. But here we go again, and number 8 once again gets that clear. Does fall to number 21, and he does strike it. It was always kind of leaning back though, and that does go over the bar.
You pass it right back to them. Hey, 20 yards out, we get set up. Bryson, come inside for the kick.
And we'll go again with the Seoul free kick. The Sawyer free kick, my bad. As there's a good flick on once again in the air by Sawyer. And they do have an opportunity here if Diego gets on the end of this. But the referee on the right-hand side, the assistant referee, is flagging for offside against Diego once again. And the Seoul will be making a substitution here.
Yeah,
1-1 it remains here in this under-17 match between Sawyer from North Texas and DeSalle from Phoenix, Arizona. And DeSalle will come down the left wing now and maybe look to create an opportunity. It's a nice pass to the right wing, and it opens up a little bit now as he goes past his man, and he will take a shot here maybe, but it does come out to the left wing, and number 4 takes it past down the left wing, and a nice bit of skill there to get the ball in the box, in the back post. But once again, an aerial winner from Sawyer, as there was a couple opportunities for a shot there for DeSalle. They do come that left wing again, but tackled by a Sawyer player.
You can't stick your pinky in.
And DeSalle now on the right wing will look to keep possession as they play it back. Number 14 will go long with this ball. And once again, the Sawyer centre back wins the header. And they'll come down the left wing now. And once again, they'll put that ball into the box. And Sawyer do manage to win it this time. But 18 has a good shot, and he did connect well with it. But in the end, it was a tough opportunity as he came across his body. And it just goes over the bar. That was a good shot, though, from the DeSalle right back. Sawyer will make a quick substitution here as number 5 will come onto the pitch. But the referee says play on. But that substitution will happen as the ball goes out for a throw-in. And the rain has stopped here in North Carolina. Did experience some heavy rainfall earlier on today in this first half. It does appear that the rain has stopped for the meantime. As Del Sol will take it past the halfway line and look for that ball over the top. And once again, number 8 able to head that down to one of his players, as Sawyer might be able to create an opportunity from this one. Now it is a good ball to the right wing, and number 5 will collect. And that ball does go over the top, but DeSalle puts that header out for a throw-in. And number 8 will come across from his defensive duties and look for this long throw-in again. They have created opportunities from this situation before, as number 29, the centre-back, Bryson Drew, will come forward and provide an aerial threat for Sawyer. And that it is so tough when the ball is wet, and he didn't quite catch that as well as he wanted to. And then they find themselves in here. The Sawyer players were looking for a foul, for a push from number 29, Bryson Drew, but in the end, it went through, and there was a potential opportunity there for Sawyer as they get a corner from that play now. Be interesting to see if Sawyer can use their aerial strength here in this corner. Obviously, their first goal did come from a set piece, and let's see what they can do here. It is a good ball, back post, and it does get up, and it is a great save in the end. And somehow the keeper has managed to keep that out, but he is under pressure, and the referee doesn't give a foul on the keeper, even though he was challenged pretty strongly. And they still coming in, Sawyer, and it's a nice skill from that player as they're so desperately try and get that ball out. Some really good opportunities there for Sawyer, and an unbelievable first save from the keeper from DeSalle. Got to give him credit. It was a great header, I think, from number 29, Bryson Drew, at the back post. And it was pretty close to the keeper, but it was a great reaction save as they come from a long throw in again at the front post this time, and he does flick it on, and
That is another good save, but he puts it onto the post. Looks like that was going to keep out, but that spell of pressure pays off for Sawyer, as from another throw-in, they do manage to get a goal as the keeper puts it onto his post, and fortunately for Sawyer, that does go in the back of the net. 2-1 here now in North Carolina, and Sawyer find themselves back in the lead once again. And the Sawyer will kick us off and be disappointed not to come out that spell of pressure. They were obviously pressured pretty heavily. And they'll be looking to equalise once again if they to get anything out of this game. Nice piece of skill by 21 as he takes it down the left wing. Great reaction
that's
to
a
save
good ball over the top for number 4 on the left wing.
He
Stays
stays
onside
at the
It's
front
an
post this
opportunity
time,
for
and he does flick it on.
So if they get that ball in,
another good save, but he puts it onto the
post
post.
inside
Looks
the box,
like that was going to keep
but they
out.
do have another
But
opportunity
that spell of
to
pressure
cross it in here.
pays off for Sawyer.
Good defending though
From
from
another
Sawyer,
throw-in. The Sawyer will go again by number 10, and get a goal
into the box.
As the keeper
And he did find the
puts it
number
onto
4,
his
but he
post,
couldn't
and
quite bring it down.
Fortunately for Sawyer, that does go in.
Sawyer will go
again from the back. 2-1 here now in North Carolina.
Ball over
Sawyer
the top.
and 21, the captain, once again deals with it nicely, finding a Sawyer teammate. And Sawyer will look to keep possession here maybe for the meantime. And they can't do that, and they put that ball out for a throw-in, to the disappointment of the coach. And once again, that ball does go out for a throw-in. And they will go back to the keeper after some pressure from Sawyer. And he is pressured down by number 7, Diego. And here they go again, Sawyer. Maybe they can get another one. And it does fall to number 7, Diego, but once again, the referee has flagged him offside, maybe for the 5th time today. And it was a great opportunity. The referee will come across to talk to the Sawyer coach after him voicing his disappointment in that call from the linesman. It was tough to see from this angle whether he was onside or not. Nevertheless, he did finish it well, and it would have been a crucial moment for Sawyer to go 3-1 up in this game. The coach is still discussing with the linesman about that play that just happened. Very disappointed that he was flagged for offside, and the keeper will come and collect this. It's not a great kick by the keeper, and fortunately for him, the Sawyer managed to get it in possession. And number 4 does a good job of taking that ball down, and he beats 2 men and puts it in the right wing. It's a great ball to number 8. And they have an opportunity now. Number 26 got on the end of it, and he was always stretching to get that ball. And the best he could do in the end was just try and scuffle in, but the keeper made a good save in the end. That's a good opportunity there for the Sawyer to get back in this game, and they'll be looking to create more opportunities like that as the rain comes down pretty heavily now. And number 11 on this left wing will come forward, and it's good play by the Sawyer, but once again, Sawyer's defense has been pretty good today, and that looked like it was going to be a good ball. Still have another opportunity here, Sawyer, to grab another one to maybe finish this game off. There's a good tackle from number 4. He has had a good game for the Sawyer. As the Sawyer looks to come forward now. And number 20 from Sawyer has had a great game, by the way. And in the end,
couldn't find a teammate and puts that ball over the top. Sawyer will come forward down the straight wing. It's a good ball to number 11, and he tries to take it past the defender, and he has an opportunity here. He's coming into the box, but 21 once again intercepts that pass. And you have to give credit to Cade York. He's had a man of the match performance back there, the captain for his team. He's been winning a lot of headers up in the air, and he's made some crucial interceptions for his team. But Sawyer will try and go again, and once again Cade York gets his foot in there. The referee says, Cade, you did foul the Sawyer player this time, and it is a free kick. Good opportunity here for Sawyer to get this ball in. There's a quick substitution there for Sawyer as they look to equalise here from this set piece. And that ball is put in. It is a good ball at the back post. Does find the Sawyer player, but was surrounded by so many Sawyer defenders, and it always was going to be a tough opportunity for him. In the end, he does head that ball wide. And Sawyer will take their time over this kick as we enter the 73rd minute here in North Carolina. Sawyer find themselves 2-1 up against Sawyer. Sawyer managed to bring that ball down. Maybe they can spread out to the right wing, but number 16 does slip and gives that ball away. Number 7, Diego, tries to get number 14 in, but a little bit of a strong pass as Sawyer do retain possession though. And they'll go again in the final third. And he does well, number 11. He beats a couple of men, and it did open up for him, but he always had that one man in front of him, and number 14 did manage to block that shot, but they do get a corner from that play. And they are very good from set pieces, Sawyer, with many aerial threats inside that box, so it'll be interesting to see if they can add to their tally here today. You have to watch that back post. That's where the real aerial threats come in. Number 21, Cade York, and 29, Bryson Drew. Two big, tall players at the back post there. And it does go to the back post, and it was headed in 29's direction. And once again, number 21, Cade York, who's had such a good game, gets up and heads that. But he does head it straight at the keeper. They're so dangerous from set pieces though, and it does seem like the Sawyer are struggling to deal with those aerial threats. Here we go again though, another corner for Sawyer, and maybe an opportunity here. And he does pump that ball in, and 21, Cade York does get his head on it again, but couldn't quite connect as well as he wanted. Cade York had such a great game, both in offense and defense. He's really been a game changer today, captaining his team as they lead the game 2-1 against Sawyer. Couple of balls up in the air there, and Sawyer want to get this ball down if they're going to have any chance of getting into the final third of
Solar's defense here, and they did manage to get the ball down, but it is a good tackle from the Solar, number 18. But they do manage to find the Sol player on the left wing. A lot of pressure though from Solar and a lot of players around that ball. And the Sol do the right thing and try and get it to the right wing now. And number 10 will bring this ball for Solar. Tries to find a teammate, and wasn't the best touch from the centre back, and he does give it away. And now number 7 Diego can maybe get on the end of this, but in the end it does trickle through to the keeper. Just under 15 minutes left of normal time play here, and Solar lead their Sol 2-1 after a second half goal to take the lead. Good skill by the Sol player, and he does put a good ball over the top, and number 71 has to beat Cade York to the ball, and once again Cade York does a great job of getting involved and such a physical presence in that centre back role, and he somehow has still come out with the ball. What a game Cade York has had, and they do manage to clear Solar, but the Sol do bring the ball down nicely and will play some soccer on the floor if they can. Do give the ball away there though, and maybe Solar can come forward as that ball does come to the Solar player in the end after a deflection off the Sol defender. Number 5 will take it inside and look for some options from his teammates. Number 18 will put this ball in. It's not the best ball. The Sol defense do deal with it. Could have had a bit of trouble there surrounded by 2 Solar attackers, but in the end he kept a calm head and was able to get it to his right wing. And now the Sol have a little bit of space, but number 71 can maybe get on the end of this. And once again Cade York does well, and maybe shouldn't have given the ball away there and kept possession.
Let's go!
And the Sol will keep possession for the meantime, and in the end though they do give a foul away in a pretty dangerous position. Obviously Solar so good from set pieces, and that'll be the last thing the Sol coach will want. Solar will take their time over this free kick as we enter the 79th minute here in North Carolina. The rain was coming down pretty heavily around 10 minutes ago. It's more lighter now, but conditions in this game are pretty tough. But we've had a great game here, it has to be said. We'll see if there's one more goal in this still, as Solar look to pump this ball in, and it is a good ball, and it does find a teammate, and once again they have prevailed from a set piece. I'm trying to see who scored that from the header, and it's number 29 Bryson Drew, who I did talk about earlier, such an aerial threat. And now they lead 3-1, and surely that is the result they want. And they will go home after this game with the win. Great header from Bryson Drew. Him and his teammate 21, Cade York, are such an aerial presence, both in defence and offence, as he goes back to his left back position. 3-1 now to Solar, and got around under 10 minutes left to play in this second half. And that will be a foul on the Sol in a good free kick position. Maybe they can get themselves back into the game here if they find one goal right now. That will put some pressure on Solar, but it has to be, you feel like it has to be now rather than later, and they have to make the most of these opportunities now. And he does put that ball in back post, and it does find their sole man, but in the end the keeper collects pretty easily, and Sawyer will regroup after extending their lead to 2 goals. And they'll take their time with this, and Cade York will pump this ball up the field looking for a Sawyer defender, but there was a push in it back there by number 14 from Sawyer, and a free kick is given to the Soul. And it is won by the Soul player. They try and get it down on the floor, but number 5 heavily contested that ball, but the referee said there was a foul, and maybe the Soul can pump this ball in the box here and try and make the most of this opportunity that they have to get back in the game maybe. He does pump it in, but it's not the best free kick because he can't beat the first man. But the Soul do still have the ball, and number 14 will put the ball back in the box looking for the Soul player. Once again, the goal scorer, 29, does a good job of getting that ball clear. They try and get it clear at their box, and does find a Sawyer teammate, and it will go out for a Soul throw in on that right hand side. And Sawyer will make a substitution here. Number 7, Diego, will come off for number 4, Evan Connor. 7 minutes left to play here in the second half, and Sawyer lead the Soul 3-1. Sawyer will look to get on the end of this ball, and he does take it past the last man, and he has the keeper to beat now, number 4. He just came onto the pitch, and he has a chance here, but number 21 done well to get back on the line and does clear it off that line. Good opportunity there for Sawyer to go 4-1 up maybe. Cade York will keep that ball and spread it to his midfielder. Go up for a challenge now, Cade York, and he does win it again, no surprise. And they'll put that ball up the left wing. The Soul hoping for someone to get on the end of it, and Cade York says, if in doubt, I'll get it out, and puts it on to the other pitch. Not a bad thing for his team, Sawyer, you know, as the minutes count down here at the end of this second half. And the Soul will put this ball in the box, and it's a good shot from number 18, and it was always coming across his body, and it did swerve right. The referee says it took a deflection. Was a good effort from number 16. And they will get a corner from that. Coming into the 85th minute now, and you'd have to say that if they're going to get anything from this game, they'll have to get something from this corner now. And Sawyer are trying to make a substitution here. Will happen after this corner though, as he does whip it in, but doesn't beat Cade York at the front post. And they'll look to make this substitution now. As Landon Shelton will come on for Sawyer. He will take the place of Anthony Jimenez, as I'm sure his coach will be very happy with the number 10's performance today.
So trying to grab an opportunity for themselves here, and the keeper will come up to collect, and the best he can do is punch, and he has to get back in his goal quickly, but the Soul couldn't make the most of that chance there. And to be fair, the Solar defense were pretty on top of the players. It's been a good performance all round for Solar, really. You know, they have been tested defensively, and you know, they've just been so good at the set pieces and produced opportunities to get those 3 goals today. Have to point out that Cade York has had an exceptional game there at centre back, number 21. Does really lead this team well at that position, and he's not only a great player in defence, but he puts up a huge threat when he does come up for those set pieces as well. The same can be said for the left back too, Bryson Drew, who did get that 3rd goal to kind of solidify the chances that Solar will see out this game for the victory. Soul just try and keep possession here, but they're under a lot of pressure from Solar, and number 4 will chase this, and he does a great job of getting his foot on that and putting it out for a throw. And good pressure from Evan Connor to force the keeper to put the ball on his foot. Solar will come forward now, maybe looking for a 4th goal, but does give the ball away, and the Soul can come forward. But number 20, who's had another great game, Todd Fuller, comes across to grab the ball. Seems like you've got 2 captains here for Solar, number 21 and Todd Fuller, the other captain. Both captains obviously had a great game today. Cade York in the heart of the defence, and Todd Fuller right in that central midfield position, really leading this team today to a great victory. And Cade York will put the ball in, and that's coming to the keeper now, and he's under a lot of pressure. He does well in the end to keep hold of the ball under a lot of pressure from some of the Solar players. It's good defending from Solar again. And they'll come forward now and find themselves in the final third, surrounded by the Soul players though, but they do come out with the ball, and he'll put that ball over the top, but the goalkeeper looks like he will collect, and he does. A little bit of a challenge there by number 5 after the keeper received the ball, and his Solar coach isn't too happy that he did that. The referee's having some lengthy discussions with the players, and he does get a yellow card, number 5, for that challenge on the keeper. Sonny Mathis will get a yellow card. A little less than a minute left now of normal time. Let's see how many minutes the referee will add on to the end of this game. It's a good header there. Centre back by the Soul, and Solar will make a last minute substitution here, try and get one of their players, but number 10 has a chance here to take on a defender. And number 11 comes down the left wing, and good defending by Solar defence as number 18 comes across and puts it out for, looks like it will be a corner. Brian Ballard will come on for Solar now in the place of Sonny Mathis, who just got that yellow card, maybe trying to make a point, the Solar coach. Let's see if the Soul can get maybe a consolation goal here in the last few minutes of time. Once again, Cade York wins that header. And now look to pump that ball back in there, and it does get it to number 10, but he couldn't bring it down. Wasn't the best touch inside the box, but he finds number 4, and number 4 has some space here, and he does find a Soul teammate, and 71 has a chance here to score, and he does. And maybe they have time here. They do grab the ball and try and get it to the halfway line to start this match as soon as possible, and all of a sudden it's 3-2 now. Great goal by
number 71, as he took it past the defender. That makes things interesting now, as maybe the Soul can push forward in the last couple of minutes here. Be interesting to see how many minutes the referee does add on. And the coach is saying that the Soul keeper grabbed that ball outside of his box. As the Soul come forwards and maybe can get an unlikely draw here, but the Soul have to pretty quickly get this ball forward. I'll keep an eye on the referee here for you to see if he does add any minutes on. We are in stoppage time right now, and the Soul try and get that ball forward, and they're appealing for handball, but the referee says no. And they put that ball high into the box and see if Sawyer can deal with it, and they do, and they get a header. And in the end, there was a foul on the Soul player in the direction of Sawyer. So that should be it now. And Sawyer should see out this victory with a 3-2 win, as Cade York pumps that ball forward. And the referee does blow for full time. What a game here in Wilson, North Carolina. A lot of drama at the end there. But in the end, Sawyer do come out with a 3-2 victory.